The fun of Sunday Night Football in the NFL and a chance to win $100,000. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's of course Jason with Winning Bets, hanging out with you on this episode. This video is obviously coming out extremely late, and I apologize. And this video is not only coming out late, but it's coming out poor quality. You got poor video, and we got poor sound. I apologize, guys. Just ran out of time during the week in terms of cranking out content with soccer and NASCAR and NFL and everything just ramping up. So ideally, these things don't want to come out on the weekend. We want Friday, afternoon to be the absolute, generally speaking, latest. So look for that more going forward. The Sunday night NBC contest video should be coming out sometime Friday afternoon. And in terms of the poor quality, well, the family's all inside. They're trying to nap. They're trying to catch the little Z's, and I'm thrown out in the hallway here. So that's why we're not using the studio camera, not using the studio mic. So we're just going to get through this. We're going to have a lot of fun, though, talking to Buccaneers, Cowboys for a chance to win $100,000 over on the NBC Sports Predictor app. Same contest as last year, same contest we played on Thursday night. They give you 7 questions about the Sunday night football game. You've got to answer them to win the $100,000. They'll also give away the guaranteed $100,000, though, just through accumulating points. And each question is worth a different amount of points, but you accumulate the most points, and you eventually win the money up against your, competitors. All season long, I'm actually going to give away $25, and I know you guys asked on the Thursday contest video, and apologize for getting this out late. I completely forgot. Got caught up in the excitement of the NFL returning and forgot to put the league information and all that together. But of course, we're giving away $25 every week. Are you kidding me? So much fun in that. Make sure you guys talk smack, though, in that video. I was a little disappointed last season, the lack of smack talking that we saw on the comments on these videos. So talk some smack about how great your picks are, how you're going to take my $25 each and every week, and how nobody else is going to take my $25 each and every single week because you're taking my $25 every single week. So if you need that league information, as always, you can grab it down in this video description. You can grab it down in this video description. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, on the NBC Sports Predictor app, you'll see that there's a league tab down on the bottom. That's where it is. We've got a Winning Bets League, and again, it's with all your fellow Winning Bet supporters, and it's pretty simple, right? $25 a week. If there's a 2-way tie, we'll split it, and each person will get $12.50. If there's a 3-way tie or greater, we'll roll the $25 into the following week, so you could have one week worth maybe $50, $75, $100 weeks. We've gotten ties and rolled it multiple times where we've seen weeks where it's worth $100. So, all right, should be a lot of fun. We'll compete every single Sunday night here on Sunday Night Football with this contest on the NBC Sports Predictor app. And again, if you need that league information, you can find it down in this video description. With that being said, let's just jump right into this contest. But before we do that, can we first mention Bills versus Rams on Thursday night? How about the Bills and that complete butt kicking that they put on the Rams? That Bills offense could not be stopped unless they were committing turnovers. It looked like they were going to score each and every single drive. So my Buffalo Bills Mafia, getting off to a nice start, 1-0 start. The dream of going 17-0 is still alive in the state of New York and the city of Buffalo. So love to see that right there. Had to mention it, obviously. Again, part of Bills Mafia. Had to mention just the great butt kicking we did on Thursday night. As for this matchup, though, between the Bucs and the Cowboys, what about NFC South favorite there in the Buccaneers? I know you can make a case for the Saints, and some people will make a case for the Saints, and it's not too outrageous of a thought, but to me, you more than likely have the NFC South favorite, though, with the Bucs going up against NFC East favorite or co-favorite. I think most people have the NFC East narrowed down between the Cowboys and the Eagles with, maybe more times than not. If you're going to at least say 51%, probably have the Cowboys over the Eagles in terms of winning the NFC South. So look forward to this matchup. It's a rematch of Week 1 to kick off the 2021 NFL season. Bucs won 31-29. You guys remember it was such a high-scoring game, back and forth. Really just a fantastic football game with the Bucs pulling it out closely. As I said, 31-29. Obviously, in a new season, that one was in Tampa. We looking for the Bucs first. It's their first season under Todd Bowles. He's going to go ahead and take over for Bruce Arians as he went ahead and stepped down. So, new head coach, but not a lot's going to change, right, when you promote from within. So a lot of stability there, even though they do have Todd Bowles as first-year head coach, and not a first-year head coach, obviously, by his mind. He's been a head coach before, but first year here with the Buccaneers. From an offensive standpoint, Brady is back. People want to talk about maybe his focus level with maybe a potential divorce. Seeing rumors of maybe a potential divorce. I have no idea or not, but the fact is I don't question Brady. I don't question Brady's focus. I don't question Brady's motivation. So when they strap him up on Sunday, whatever he maybe have going on in his personal life, he'll be ready to go. He's the GOAT. We all know that, and he's ready to go, and you don't question him. He's got his targets. He's got Mike Evans. He's got Chris Godwin back. Playoff Lenny and Leonard Fournette, he'll be back. The only loss is obviously Rob Gronkowski, and Rob Gronkowski's just the guy for Brady, right? The ultimate guy. So they'll go ahead and replace him with Cameron Brate, although they did also sign Kyle Rudolph in free agency, veteran tight end, most notably from the Minnesota Vikings. So he'll be able to help out, but you don't replace a Gronkowski. And obviously what Gronkowski is from a skill standpoint, but that relation obviously he has with Tom Brady will be tough to reproduce. But as long as Brady's the one that is still there, not Gronkowski being the one that's there with no Brady, I think they'll be fine. Then from a defense standpoint, again, Todd Bowles is still there. He's the head coach. Not the defensive coordinator, but the defense will be fine. So I just, to me, it's only going to get better with Bowles essentially still being there, being the head coach. So that's what we look at from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers side. In terms from the Cowboys side, obviously, their offense gets most of the headlines with, Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott and CeeDee Lamb. They're ready to lead that offense. High-powered offense should once again be high-powered, high-scoring, putting up, 25, 30 points a game. It's going to be one of the best in the league in terms of yardage gain and probably points scored. And also don't forget about Dalton Schultz. Their tight end. I think he's in line to have another big season like what they get from Dalton Schultz. From the defense, it's going to be among the best, top 10-ish, top 5-ish. This defense got playmakers on all the levels, right? Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs can both make plays from different levels on the defense. So in defense, you really don't have a question. I think with this defense, it'll be right up there at season's end in all the stats that you look for. And looking for a good defense, this will be a good defense. Again, top 5, top 10. I don't really have any issues with it. We look at this game, though. We've got a spread and an over-under in this game. The Bucs spread is -2.5 with an over-under of 50 points. So with that being said, guys, I think that's a nice high-level view with this being week 1. As we go through these 7 questions, not going to hit you guys with a ton of stats because we don't have a ton of stats. It's week 1 in the NFL. We'll kind of be going off what we think will be happening. And then as we get through the weeks and we get through these videos, we'll be rifling off stats, in-depth stats that'll help us guide our way through answering these 7 questions and, winning $100,000. With that being said, though, let's go ahead and kick it off here with this one. Their first question here is Brady passing yards and passing touchdowns. For passing yards, we do get an over-under of 275.5 on the sports books. With his touchdowns at over 1.5, it's juiced pretty heavy. So we think we're going to get 2 touchdowns is basically what the sports books is telling us, 2+ touchdowns out of Brady. I think they're exactly right. I do think he's going to throw for 2+ touchdowns. And for yardage, the 275 is probably generally right on. So I'll go with that, 260 to 299, and I'll put him at 3 touchdowns, 260 to 299, and I'll go ahead and put Brady in at 3 touchdowns. Same question for number 2, just asking you about Dak Prescott. His over-under is actually lower. His is at 270.5. I actually disagree with that. He's got the same TD prop of over 1.5, heavily juiced to the over. So once again, we think he's going to get 2+ touchdowns. I disagree with his yardage being that low, though. The Buccaneers generally have a good rush defense each and every single year. You can count on them having a good defensive line and a good rush defense. So I think he's going to have more yards, certainly more than Brady's, more than this prop. I don't get that. So I'm going him for at 320+ yards. It's going to be a lot easier, I think, to throw on this Tampa Bay defense than you can run on it. So I'll take 320 yards plus and 4 touchdowns. He'll have 4 touchdowns. All right, question 3 is who's going to have the first touchdown of the game? Love this question. We're successful at this one a fair times last season. Can't wait. Maybe a little bit tough in week 1, but I absolutely look forward to this. For the Buccaneers, you get Leonard Fournette, you get Mike Evans, you get Chris Godwin, any other player. For the Cowboys, you get Ezekiel Elliott, CeeDee Lamb, Dalton Schultz, or any other player. I'm going to look at the Cowboys here and just look at them being at home, big game, Sunday night football, kickoff, that maybe they'll be the team that scores first. So we'll look at Cowboys players. I'm just going to go with any other. To me, it's hard to pick between an Elliott, a CeeDee Lamb, and a Dalton Schultz. Give me, every other daggone wide receiver. Give me Dak Prescott possibly running one in. Give me, obviously, then you get a defensive player. If God forbid, a defensive touchdown ends up being the first one. I'm getting Cowboys, any other player. So I'm rolling with Cowboys, any other player to be the first touchdown scorer of the game. Question number 4 puts a spotlight here on the wide receivers. Mike Evans versus CeeDee Lamb, more receiving yards, more receiving touchdowns. Sportsbooks have their over-unders bothly identical, 66.5 versus 77.5. But I actually think from a yardage standpoint, CeeDee Lamb will get it. Mike Evans, to me, great player, great red zone player, but I think CeeDee Lamb's going to hit some big ones in this game. So I'll take CeeDee Lamb on the yardage. And then they're both equally likely to score a touchdown, with their odds being plus 105, plus 110. So, and they're both the second favorite player on their respective team to be, in terms of odds to get a touchdown. So you think they're both going to get a touchdown. I'm going to go with tie. So I'll go CeeDee Lamb on the yardage, and I'll go tie for touchdowns. The next one here asks us the longest field goal of the game. So much luck involved, and when a drive may get stalled. So that's a lot of luck. And we know the NFL, all the dudes can bang the yardage. I mean, just look the other night, Matt Gay kicked that one that was like 57, 58, but it said on the NBC thing that it would have been good from 68. This is the NFL. These dudes can bang them from everywhere. So I'll go ahead and say, though, 46 to 50 yards. 46 to 50 yards. What's going to be the total number of touchdowns scored in the game? Again, I told you the over-under was at 50. I'm going to go with 7 touchdowns. 7 touchdowns will be scored. Then the last question is always who's going to win the game and what's going to be win the margin. Again, Bucs minus 2.5 on the spread. They beat the Cowboys last season. Not this season. This one is played at Dallas. To me, that's a big difference than what last season was. This one's played at Dallas. Two, competitive teams will be close, just like last season, 31-29. I think over the course of the season, these two teams, playoff-bound teams, will be right there at the end. So another close one. Cowboys, though, at home. I think they get the revenge here. I think there's sometimes potential to be a real cracker and a high-scoring game, so we're in for a real treat, I do think, Sunday night. But I'm going to go ahead and say Cowboys win the game by 3 points. Cowboys will win this game by 3 points. All right, guys, had a lot of fun talking about this Cowboys versus Buccaneers matchup. We're going to do this again every single Sunday night for a chance to win $100,000, and then maybe you can get lucky and be the best of the winning bet supporters and take my $25. And again, if you need that league information, go ahead and grab it from this video description. All right, guys, enjoy Sunday Night Football. Enjoy Week 1 as a whole. I get to look back, or should I say just kind of sit back and enjoy Sunday with my team having played Thursday, and we got the win. So I really get to just sit back and enjoy Week 1 of the NFL. You guys do the same. Well, guys, we'll see you guys next week for the night of the contest. Have a good one, guys. That was a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and good luck with your picks. If interested in placing real sports bets, then check out my latest daily free sports betting video in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next contest.